What's up, YouTube? My name is Batman. This is the final level of Halo 4 on Legendary, and this first part is going to be really frustrating. After I got through this part, I said I'm never going to play this game again. I hate 343 for putting this in the game. You know, yada yada yada, and I stand by that. This is stupid. I don't know why they put stuff like this in Halos, dude. This isn't what Halo is supposed to be about. It's not freaking Lego Star Wars. I don't know why we have to go through this dodging obstacles and whatever. You know, the first Halo, what they said about it was that there's this 30 seconds of fun where you fight, and they repeat that 30 seconds over and over again. They never said anything about all this stuff, jumping on mammoths and lasing targets and ghost chases through canyons with slip space bubbles and freaking Jedi Starfighter Lego Star Wars obstacle dodging through the most infuriating, frustrating, freaking what do you call it? Monotonous and tedious sequence in the game, in any game. But if you're having troubles with it, go ahead and just watch how I do it here. If you need to rewind, you can rewind. I'm sorry I ranted. I should have been talking about what you should do. Really, the key here is to boost as little as possible. If you're on Legendary, you're gonna have to boost when those turrets are around you, otherwise they'll kill you. But boost as little as possible. It should be easy to dodge. Remember, when you go through holes, to go through the top of the hole. If you go through the bottom or even the middle, sometimes there'll be an invisible wall that blows you up just the same. And what else? Boost as little as possible. You saw, if you go back and you watch, there were parts where we kind of just went far left, and there's little shortcuts you can take that are through tunnels that are the safest. And when you get out here, this part should be pretty easy. If you're able to make it through the first part, you should be able to do this. I don't know what I was doing. I was celebrating that we had just gotten through the first part. It literally took us like an hour and 20 minutes. And so when we got out here, I was just like, I am not risking anything. You know, I had a little to drink. I'm not exactly a great drunk flyer. Anyways, the game is nice enough to start you out with a saw minigun type thing. I call it the Tommy gun just because that's what it reminds me of. But it's nice enough to start you off with one of those. Make sure you save its ammo until I'll show you the fight that you want to use it. You want to use it in the fight that I use it in, obviously, because I know best. Don't use it in these starting fights. These things are pretty easy, as long as you're killing the, you know, again, kill those floating balls first. I don't know how many times I can reiterate that, but that is really the most important thing you can do. Go ahead and pick up a light rifle, because no matter what, if you're not low on battle rifle ammo yet, you are going to be pretty soon. And plus, I think the light rifle is actually a lot more better. I think it's a lot better than the battle rifle, not just in terms of the fact that it'll have a lot more ammo and you can scavenge ammo for it across the level, but in the sense that it does more damage and it has more accuracy. I think. I mean, I haven't looked at the statistics, but just from playing with it a lot, that's how I feel about it. So trust my instincts, please. But regardless, you know, you got to pick up the light rifle because you are going to run out of ammo for that battle rifle, and you're not going to have an opportunity to replenish ammo. So you might as well just pick up the light rifle and get it over with. Now, this is the first area that I'll whip out the saw, because one of these guys has a scattergun, and you know, you don't want to be fighting 3 knights when one of them has a scattergun with just your light rifle. That's going to get problematic. You want to kill that guy with a scattergun as quickly as possible, especially because he'll do what this guy's doing right here. And that, granted, that guy didn't have the scattergun, but what he'll do is he'll just like teleport and fly right up next to you and then shoot you in the face and one-shot you, and that can get old quick. So whip out that saw and kill, you know, the trick is to just kill as many of them as quickly as possible, and again, the saw is going to help you do that, and that way you can really, you know, either one, concentrate your fire on the guy with the shotgun, or you'll end up killing the guy with the shotgun, which will keep you safe and let you move through rather quickly. And this is again, you're going to run into 2 more guys with scatterguns up here, and that's why I whip out the saw ammo. And even when I'm trying to conserve it, I do end up running out of ammo. But fortunately, by then, I've killed enough guys with scatterguns to where I can trade it out for a scattergun, and I can pick up the scattergun and use their own weapon against them, and that's very useful. Now, at this next part, you're going to show up in an armory. I recommend leaving this armory with a scattergun and and a light rifle, or a rocket launcher and a light rifle. You're going to want one weapon to clean up dogs and smaller enemies, and then one power weapon to kind of take out those knights. Don't try using the gravity hammer. I think it's the one time in the campaign you get that option. I tried it. It doesn't work out very well. Basically, and again, I said this in the level before this, what this is going to come down to is you are going to have to fight. You know, I mean, there's no strategy to get you past these fights. You are going to have to fight. But if you've gotten this far in the campaign, you're probably good at fighting. The best I can really do, the best anyone can really do at this point, is tell you where the weapons are, what weapons to have, and really how to position yourself. When you get to this part, I would recommend just staying up here on the high ground. You know, always hold that high ground. And you can mop these guys up quick. And make sure you kill those floating balls, or they will revive the enemies. And they revive extra quick, it seems, on this level. You know, a lot of the time, we were finishing up a fight and we'd turn around and we'd have, like, literally within the course of 10 or 15 seconds while we were just trying to pick up weapons, you know, the whole group of bad guys would already be back on their feet, and that can get very frustrating. The first part of this level isn't that difficult. It doesn't get hard until about 2/3 of the way through. You know, like right here, you got to defend yourself from a bunch of dogs, but you get turrets to help you out, and this is why I recommend you bring a light rifle, or at least make sure you pick up a light rifle for this part, because if you have anything but a light rifle for this part where you have to defend, you're either going to waste a whole lot of ammo from like good weapons like a rocket launcher or a shotgun or whatever, or you know, you're going to have a really hard time fighting off these huge packs of dogs, and they come in just these, you know, violent packs of you know, a couple dozen at a time, and so that can get tricky. However, you do have turrets to protect you. If you have a light rifle, you should be good. This part isn't too difficult. I think actually there are 2 boxes to my left and right here that have light rifle ammo in them. Really, the hard part in this level comes like towards the very end. It's kind of, and it's actually, compared to previous levels, it's kind of like a short level. It's sort of short. It's like really short and really hard. Like Jackie Chan's cock or something. I don't know. Little comic relief. Basically, what I would suggest is if you're ever going to play this game, and especially that part in the beginning where you're flying those planes, like it's Lego Star Wars, make sure you have some comic relief. If you're playing by yourself, obviously that's going to be impossible. You know, maybe drink a little before you play. If you're in Colorado, you can get really high and play now, and that's legal. But if you're not laughing, you're going to cry, because there are going to be parts of this game, and this level in particular, that get monotonous and feel impossible. Especially that frickin' part where you have to fly that plane through those obstacles. That gets annoying. Now, right here, you see we didn't take the dogs too seriously, because you don't have to. We just ran through them. But now things are going to start getting tricky. This is where, maybe it's not 2/3 of the way through. It's like, this is the second half of the mission. This is where it gets really hard. You see I have a rocket launcher. You have the opportunity to get that from the armory, or you can pick it up off some of the knights you face. And I make the mistake here, I waste all my my rocket launcher ammo on, you know, the knights down here. Make sure you save like at least 2 shots from your rocket launcher, and make sure you have a rocket launcher going into this. Make no mistake about it. But make sure you save like at least 2 shots, so because you're gonna run into another knight up here at the top who's like a super lancer knight, and he's really hard to kill with conventional weapons, and he has a rocket launcher too. Now over here, you find this is a clever little strategy me and Liam thought of. Like, oh, we can just sneak past everything, do a little halo jumping, get up here. We were convinced that I could just go up there and flip a switch and we could turn back. Unfortunately, as you can see, he can't come with me, and it's actually pointless because there's going to be a lot of fights up here, and they're going to be hard, and he's going to have to come meet up with me in the long run anyway. So don't waste your time doing little caveats like that. We just thought we'd be clever, but we weren't. And you see I actually have to go back down and around. And you see there I missed my shots with the rocket launcher. But anyways, after that fight, if you come back here, pay attention to where I am, right? You come back here, make sure you pick up that scatter gun. Ideally, you want a scatter gun and a rocket launcher. That would be beautiful for this fight. But if you are out of rocket launcher ammo, do what I did here, grab that scatter gun. And notice with the scatter gun, alright, as soon as you close the distance with the enemy, you know, it's not like a pump action. It's not like the human shotgun. You can really just jam the trigger on that thing, and it fires freaking fast. And I think it's 3 shots will kill a knight. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's 3 shots. Right? Now, if you can just close the distance and pop those 3 shots, you can kill a knight before it can even do, you know, a fourth of the damage that it needs to do to you. You see there, see how quick that floating ball can revive. You know, that's why you always got to take care of those floating balls first, because that thing just gets the job done quick. We weren't even, I mean, you know, I look away for a second, and then I look back and that knight's up. Now, this is the knight right here. This guy has a rocket launcher, and he's really hard to kill, and he spawns those balls like crazy. Team shot the shit out of him. If you're on solo, make sure you go to this part with a rocket launcher, and you can hit him with, I believe, 1 rocket launcher shot should take him out. But don't stay in his line of sight for anything more than a split second, because he can one-shot you, and his rockets travel faster than yours, I believe. I mean, I might just be paranoid, but I swear his rockets will come at you faster than you can, you know, no matter the distance. His rockets will hit you before you can react. That is, in my opinion, so, you know, that's kind of the peak. It's still going to be very difficult from this point on, but, you know, as long as you're using cover, this shouldn't be much harder than previous levels. You know, honestly, if you've made it this far, the game has prepared you for this. There's going to be some enemies on that middle pathway that you have to take to get here. You can skip most of them. And once you get here, hopefully you still have a shotgun on you, because you are still going to have to fight some knights. And also, if you still have a rocket launcher, use the rocket launcher to kill a knight, and then you can grab a scattergun off of the knight that you kill. But really, you want to always have a light rifle on you, because killing the dogs with rocket launchers and shotguns isn't realistic. For one, the scattergun's not going to be able to hit them from a distance, and they can hit you from pretty far. And if those things get, you know, together in a little pack, they are going to mess you up. And especially if they get close to you like that. But if they get close to you like that and you have a scattergun, you can take them out. But I mean, just make sure you have a light rifle, is my point, okay? Don't give up a rocket launcher with ammo for a light rifle. You know, save it. But make sure you have a light rifle. And scatterguns are the way to go. Now, you see, after that knight that had the rocket launcher, I don't know if it's the first platform you go to is the hardest, or if it's just happened that the one we went to had all the knights on it and this one didn't. But it's like, it gets really hard for like a split second. You have to fight that knight with the rocket launcher. It peaks, and then it's kind of like falling action. You know, it starts getting easier and easier and easier. There is, like, see, like on the last platform there was like, what, 6 knights, and on this one there was 1. So not that big of a deal. Anyways, I think we're coming pretty close to the end here. Oh, we are. This is the end. I'm not going to spoil the cutscene for all of you. I think there's going to be one last little mad dash that we have to make. Something along those lines. As you see, he fires this beam and takes out what looks like Sacramento. Everyone's always got a beef with California for some reason. I won't spoil the cutscene for you. You are going to have to do some Call of Duty stuff. You know, they took some stuff from Call of Duty again. You're going to have to do some, like, interaction, you know, pressing LB while you go and fight the Didact or whatever. Again, going to be a couple more knights up here. Make sure you have a shotgun or a rocket launcher. But really, you know, don't get too attached to that rocket launcher, because a shotgun, I think, honestly, is going to end up being more efficient. And as you see, it takes them out real quick. It's the way to go. And that's it. You know, you're done. I hope you were able to enjoy this legendary campaign series. Be sure to subscribe for all future, you know, Halo Legendary campaign walkthroughs, or maybe even, or Spartan Ops walkthroughs as well, and Call of Duty Veteran campaign walkthroughs, zombie walkthroughs, all that good stuff. It's been an honor serving with all of you. This is Batman signing out.